Hey, hang on just 1 second here. 1 second. I gotta get one thing ready. Let me just hang on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I'm so confused. I'm confused too. I tried to have this camera set up and I guess it became unplugged. So no big deal. Let's get rolling. Let's get it started. So let me just do a quick refresh. Here we go. Starting in 7 seconds. Hey, welcome to the show. It's a brand new day, and you know what that means? It's time for me to have a brand new monologue, right? And let me tell you, it's not as easy as one may think. I was trying to win a staring contest with a brick wall every day, but hey, I'm a professional. I can do it. Last night I was reflecting that I said I wouldn't be talking about things that I didn't care about. And many of the stories that I was trying to do a monologue I didn't care about. So I can't do that, right? What kind of hypocrite would I be? But then I realized, why not just make fun of the fact that I can't come up with a new monologue every single day? You know, that could be the monologue. A monologue about the challenge of coming up with a new monologue. How meta is that? And by meta, I mean what meta used to mean before Mark Zuckerberg bought it, okay? So here I am delivering a monologue on the fact that it's difficult to deliver a monologue. It's a never-ending cycle of writer's block and sarcastic cell phones. But hey, if it's good enough for Seinfeld, it's good enough for me. And I hear you. Tom, you're no Seinfeld. I'm no Jack Kennedy either. So let's raise a glass or a mug of coffee to the daily struggle of coming up with fresh material. And here's to the rest of us who are just trying to do our best. My name's Tom Coffee. This is the Coffee and Nuance Show, the best censored commentary and news show live. Right now, flame on. And welcome back. I'm so glad to see some people here. I said flame on, and my flame was not on, but it's on now. I got a couple good stories to talk about today. I think that they are interesting. We're talking about the Saudis trying to buy the World Cup. And something funny happened when I was researching this. There's actually two different stories about Saudis trying to buy two different World Cups. So I'm going to touch on both of those. I'm going to talk about Hermes won a lawsuit against someone making NFTs about their bags. I'm going to discuss Google Lens a little bit. They got some new things rolled out. And they found a habitable planet. Brand new one they didn't know about last week, or they didn't tell anyone about it last week. So I've got information on that. So lots of good stuff to get to today. And let's go to our first story about the Saudis. All right, the Saudis have offered to pay for new sports stadiums in Greece and Egypt in exchange for the countries teaming up with the Gulf state in a bid to host the 2030 World Cup. Under the proposed deal, Saudi Arabia would host 75% of the matches. The joint proposal has triggered a backlash against Greece and fueled criticism that Saudi Arabia is attempting to use its wealth to buy the World Cup. Well, yeah, of course that's what they're doing. The country is strategically trying to position itself as an Afro-Eurasian hub to exert power and influence across a vast geographic area. World Cup bid has sparked anger among human rights organizations due to Saudi Arabia's treatment of the LGBTQIA alphabet community and migrant workers. The main rivals to the bid are from Europe and South America. The decision on who hosts the tournament will be made through a public vote by FIFA Congress. Now, as you know, FIFA is one of the worst, has one of the worst records of any international organization. It's hard to find something more corrupt than that. So that's what we have to keep in mind. Now, their actions there's several reasons to criticize it. First, they're just trying to use their wealth. But isn't that every country? I think the United States, when the United States wanted the World Cup, magically, everybody on the FIFA board, all of their kids seem to get scholarships to the United States. But, Saudi Arabia, they're the ones that are really wrong by using their wealth, right? Another thing is, human rights watchdogs have expressed disgust at the bid and just the treatment of the alphabet community and the migrant workers in Saudi Arabia hasn't been a good look. And so they don't want FIFA to be supporting that. But the Greeks are still bitter about the spending that took place in 2004 for their Olympics. And that was they had a decade-long depression and bailout programs after that. And a lot of the Olympic venues were unused and abandoned. So the criticisms are human rights, suppressing dissent, lack of religious tolerance, disregard for international laws and norms. And then it's what Saudi Arabia is doing. Now, coincidentally, there was some more news about this in a different context, and it had to do with the Women's World Cup. Women's World Cup, U.S. forward Alex Morgan, you know her. She's been in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. She's criticized FIFA's potential scholarship deal with Saudi Arabia's tourism authority for the upcoming Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. The move's been criticized because of all the same reasons that the Men's World Cup being in Saudi Arabia has been criticized. She questioned FIFA's decision to have Visit Saudi sponsorship for the Women's World Cup when women are not even accepted in the country. Well, they're accepted, just not at the same level as men. U.S. Soccer's expressed its concern over the deal. Morgan stated that the U.S. national team should have international discussions about playing games in states that restrict transgender athletes from participating in sports. I don't think that that's a fair characterization. I think the problem or the issue is not that transgender people are playing sports, it's that they're advantaged by playing in a sport that they would have an advantage in from a lifelong in the opposite sex's body. That's the issue. But she's made statements about that if you are not in favor of transgender kids playing in sports that they want to play in, that you're against kids. We've seen this a lot. We don't seem to see this argument being made by young girls. Don't seem to be making this argument. It seems to be millionaire women after they're through the peak of their career that come to this decision. But, it is what it is. What do you think? What do you think about the Saudis hosting the World Cup? Maybe, who cares? I actually think it's a good thing to include Saudi Arabia. If you were trying to influence another country, and I've mentioned this before with the WWE, which is the World Wrestling Entertainment. It's the big pro wrestling show. The first time that it was in Saudi Arabia, 5 years ago or so, maybe a little longer, there were no women's matches at all. And then the next year there was women's matches, but they were wearing full body suits, right, with huge baggy T-shirts over them. And each year it got more and more to have the look of how they dress here in the U.S. And that is a way that you can influence culture. Not just dictating from above, this is how it's going to be, this is how it's going to be. No, what you do is you push your culture in their country. And so by having American entertainment in Saudi Arabia, they have definitely loosened up. They're just on a different timeline than the U.S. is. That's all. And so I think if you are in favor of women's rights, I think that there's an argument that can be made to actually go to these places that may have some more regressive laws because you are exposing the people of that country to your culture. And so that's my take on it. And I know it's a little different take than what a lot of people have, but that's what I think. I'm open to different ideas. Let me know what you think about that. And now let's do Hermes. Hermes, the French luxury brand. They've won a lawsuit against a digital artist, Mason Rothschild, over his MetaBirkin non-fungible tokens. Those are NFTs that you've probably heard about. The Manhattan federal jury awarded Hermes, that's how we say it in English. In French, I think Hermes. Hermes. Federal jury awarded Hermes $133,000 in damages and found that the Rothschilds' NFTs violated their Birkin trademark. Here we go. The trial was the first to examine NFTs and intellectual property law, and its verdict could influence future NFT cases and set a precedent on how NFTs can be viewed through the lens of IP law. Rothschild argued that his NFTs were works of art protected by the First Amendment, but the jury determined that NFTs were more like consumer products. Legal experts believe the case may have a chilling effect on NFT artists using trademarks in their projects. Now, you know the Birkin bag, right? If right up here, very traditional, really expensive bag that women seem to like. It's a status symbol. And this NFT were just pictures and variations on the Birkin bag that were being sold. And I got to tell you that to me, I don't see how you can take someone else's copyrighted work and make a picture of it but say that it's not a picture, it's actually digital, and sell that. That doesn't make sense to me. But then again, I'm not a shifty artist trying to cash in. I'm sorry for saying shifty, related to an artist. That was wrong because his last name is Rothschild, and I certainly don't want to, I'm sure that that could come across in a way that is unacceptable. So I take that back, because if you say something about anyone with the name Rothschild, apparently you're treading on very thin water. Okay. But the thing is that trademark laws should protect brands from copycats and looking to capitalize on their goodwill. And that's not really a First Amendment thing, you know. The trial was the first ever to examine how NFTs should be viewed through the lens of, property law. So the jury didn't find the Rothschilds' argument to be convincing whatsoever. But what do you think? Do you think if you make an NFT of a commercial product that you should just be allowed to sell that? You know, here's an NFT of my Jordans, you know, but they're not the Air Jordan because that would be copyright. It's mine. So I don't know. I don't really get how you could even think that that would work. Wow. Apparently everyone left the stream. So anyway, is what it is. Let's talk about the next story. And this may shock you, but this is about Google Lens. All right, Google Lens extends its superpowered multi-search. For Google Lens worldwide, it combines image-based search with text prompts to improve search results. This allows users to run an image search and then add text prompt to further refine the results. This feature, called multisearch, Near Me, which focuses on local businesses, has also been launched in the US and India. However, a wider rollout of this feature is expected to take a few months. Google reported that over 10 billion people use Google Lens every month and that new features are in the works. So there is a little criticism about Google Lens in the past. It's because of privacy concerns. You do require to give Google access to your camera for it to work. And the accuracy, it's not always awesome. And, you know, there's still upping the AI game of reading text and things like that. But it's a popular tool among many people, and they continue to improve the technology. Some people have had negative experiences, but, you know, is what it is. But let's check it out. I just want to show you a couple features that it has, and this is really amazing. So here, I just find an image, and so right before the stream started, I put in an image of me, and then we can look over here at visual matches. Now, it didn't actually come up with the exact shirt that I'm wearing, but it's still pretty impressive. It's probably on here somewhere, but I didn't see it. Yeah, but I did another one that I thought was pretty cool. I just grabbed my chess clock. I don't know if you can see my chess clock here, and I just took a picture of the chess clock, and it searched by looking at that image. And if we look over here to the right, if I scroll down, I actually found the chess clock right here. It's a vintage 1990s APFV Roland. So this is the actual chess clock that I have, and it was able to find it just by taking a picture of it. Now, if you look right there in there, if I had a magnifying glass, I could see that it was an APFV Roland was the brand, but it was so small I couldn't even read it without a magnifying glass. But the Google Lens was able to just find it right away. There's many other features that Google Lens has. One thing that you can do with, like with my shirt. Now, I don't know how to do it on the desktop version. I can do it on my phone. And when I do, you can add it more information. And so if you knew the name, brand of my shirt, you could put that in, and then you could probably find a direct link to buy it. So that's just one of the many things that you can search for using Google Lens. If you've never tried it before, it's amazing. You go to a garage sale, right? And let's just say you saw the chess clock at the garage sale. You could pick it up and search for it on Google and then find out, oh my goodness, one of these just sold for $120 on eBay. They're asking $4 for it. That seems like a good deal. You know, that could be a way you might make a little money. Just an idea. If you've ever tried out Google Lens, I only talked about it in the context of products, just looking at products. And I'm pretty impressed by how quickly it can find things. But the local thing is you can, you know, let's say you're out for a walk. Hey, what kind of tree is this? And you could take a picture of it and it could tell you what kind of tree it is. That's amazing. That's amazing. And I just wanted to share that with you, as there were some announcements that they have rolled a lot of this out worldwide now, just this week. So that's pretty impressive. Lastly, though, I have some good news, and the good news is about life out there. A team of international astronomers has announced the discovery of a potentially habitable exoplanet that is very similar to Earth and is located only 31 light years away. The planet, called Wolf 1069b, has about 1.26 of the Earth's mass and about 1.08 its size, and it's in the habitable, that's a tricky word, zone of its host star. It is located much closer to the host star than Earth is to the Sun, and a year on Wolf 1069b is equivalent to nearly half a month on Earth. Computer simulations suggest that Wolf 1069b could have a moderate Earth-like atmosphere and moderate temperatures. However, it is tidally locked, meaning that the side facing the star experience eternal day, while it is always night on the opposite side of that planet. The next step would be to search for biosignatures on Wolf 1069b, but the technology is not yet available. Now, does this mean that we could travel there? Well, currently it's not possible to travel there. It's 31 light years away from Earth, and we don't have the technology just yet or the capability to reach such distances. It requires advanced space travel technologies that haven't been developed yet. And likely it would probably take hundreds or thousands of years to make the trip. Currently, human-made spacecraft can travel at speeds of up to 17,500 miles. Now, additionally, these maximum speeds are limited by factors such as the amount of fuel you can carry and engine power, effects of gravity, and other forces on the trajectory. As technology advances, it may be possible for spacecraft can be designed to travel faster, but it's unlikely they will ever be able to approach the speed of light, which, as everyone knows, is 186,282 miles per second. So, is that good news? I think it's good news. And anytime you hear someone say, we'll never be able to do that, don't believe it. We have been advancing so quickly in my lifetime. It is truly amazing, all of the advances that have come. And what we can learn now, it's exponential. You know, when I was a kid, if I wanted to learn something, I could get on my bicycle and go to the library and find old books to read, or whatever books they had there I could read, and I could learn something. But now you can pick up your phone, get on your laptop, and you can learn anything in the entire world. It's all out there at your fingertips. So as learning has become exponential, technology has become exponential, and I wouldn't be surprised if the advances in space travel are also exponential. They're going to be making huge advances with that. That's the good news that I have for you today. If you have made it this far, help me out. I know that says 50, but let's pretend like it's 25. I'd like to get 25 likes today. That would be awesome. Stick around after the outro, and I will address your comments. Hope you all are having a fantastic day, and I will see you mañana. Peace. All right, here we go. Apothecary John is back with some fire and coffee. Bastille, fire, flame on. Diet Sprite made it. That's awesome. Fireman 2032, finally at my computer for a live show. Sorry about the start of the live show. The camera turned off because it was not plugged in. I guess the battery died on it right before I went live. So that happens. Don't forget to like the stream on. I'm so confused. Yeah. Sent you a video on Facebook of a positive story of the day. Well, thank you, Fireman 2032. I will check out the video. I got to find my Facebook login. I probably haven't logged in quite a while, but I will do that. Check it out. Lego How. I am finally off on a weekday and get to participate live. Well, nice to see you, Lego How. Glad you're here. Tobias was here. What did you miss? Oh, you missed the most epic monologue ever. That's what I had today. Tom is honest and speaks his mind, so no one wants that to be heard. Well, it seems that way sometimes. It does seem that way. Lego House says, I'm with you. All football, not my thing. I love soccer. I can't watch hours and hours and hours of it to be a regular fan, but I do enjoy it. I played it quite a bit growing up. I like the view count might be messed up. Earlier it showed 11, and then within an instant dropped to 4. Yeah, I'm a little confused on that. I was getting some weird stats on that. Let's see. Cool clock, bro. It is a cool clock. It's a cobalt blue chess clock. I got that clock, I don't know, decades ago with the fantasy that I had that, you know, my future wife would be into chess and we could play chess together. It didn't quite work out that way, but, you know, there's still time, I guess. I like ideas, but Fact Check Friday is better. I know that people like the Fact Check Friday, and that will be tomorrow. I will have a Fact Check Friday. I love the monologues. I will watch later. Well, I don't know. Today's wasn't wasn't great, but you know, we're working on it. We're working on it. Let's see. Over on Odyssey, Bastille is there. Hey, what's up? So that is cool that we got a comment on Odyssey yesterday. I think Legalese was there, and awesome. At least we got a couple views. Very nice. I'm not sure how to look. I'm still learning all this stuff, folks. And lastly, where is the... oh, here we go. Gonzo the Good again hooked me up with $5. I still don't understand NFTs. Thanks for another good video. Keep it up. Duggo's over there. Tobias is there. Oh, that's awesome. Good to see everyone. Says it has a live translate feature. Yeah, Google Lens has this live translate feature. I want to do a full video on it because there's a international, like a cheap grocery store not that far from me, and they have Russian and Polish and all kinds of different stuff, and I wanted to film something there to show you how it could translate different things. So that's on my agenda, on my to-do list for the near future for a video. But that's all I got today. It looks like, thanks everyone that made it for the show. I appreciate you. It means a lot to me that you stick with me as I'm learning how to get better at this and deliver a good show for you. But that's all I got for today. Hit the like button. Share this video with someone. And that's my challenge to you. Tomorrow, it will be a Fact Check Friday, and perhaps I'll have an actual monologue. So I will see you then. Until then, have an awesome day. Peace.